Hi guys, I'm going to show you today how I have packed for a New Year adventure. And it's like a legit adventure. We're going to be backpacking to a cabin for one night, and then we're going to be spending 2 nights with my friends at their house. So as you can see, I've chosen to bring my Temu version of the Cotopaxi Allpa28. One of my friends, because it's fake, he calls it a Fauxtopaxi. I thought that was pretty funny. Anyways, I'm bringing my Faux-topaxi. And the reason is because it's got really good organization that I've shown you before. I did an entire video on the organization of it. I've taken this on a couple of trips already, to Ireland, to Alabama. I can't even remember all the places I've taken it. But I also realized that this would be a good backpack for backpacking, as long as I'm not taking a bunch of stuff. I do have a backpacking backpack for legit when you are off the grid camping, but for a backpacking like this is going to work quite well. And the reason is because, first of all, there is a place to hook my hiking poles, which while I'm hiking, I'm going to be using these poles, so it really doesn't matter if they stay connected right now. I just need them to stay connected in transit, and then when I get to our friend's house, we're gonna be going hiking almost immediately, so I'll take those off. So anyways, I do have them attached. So, and what's interesting about this is the loops on the Allpa, like if you have a real one or if you have this fake Faux-topaxi backpack, there are loops here, 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 and here. And the loops are made for the hiking poles that telescope. These are my folding hiking poles I also got off Temu, and I really like them. I've already taken them on 2 different international trips. I have an entire video on how you can get them through TSA, okay, to be TSA compliant. I don't need TSA right now because we're driving and we're gonna be driving and walking, so I don't need to be TSA compliant. So I do have the sharp tips on them all ready to go. Anyways, I just wanted to show you how I've attached them, even though they're kind of the different version of hiking pole. All right, obviously I have my water bladder. I'll show you how I am doing that when I get inside the bag. But this is the reason that I'm taking it backpacking, is because it has a really good sternum strap, and it also has a really secure hip strap, and it doesn't have a suspended back like most really good hiking backpacks, but the back here is really nice. You can't see it, but there's this really stiff piece of plastic in there that keeps sweat from getting into the bag. So, and there is like some ventilation here, so that is nice. It's not probably the most ideal backpacking bag, but for what I'm doing, it's gonna work just great. So I've reviewed this bag before, but I just wanted to show you how, from the outside, what it's going to look like as I'm backpacking. And I also wanted to show you that it's not supposed to rain, but in case you need it, there is a rain fly in this little side pocket, should you want to purchase this yourself. Now let's look at the base outfit that I'm going to be wearing as I'm carrying that to the cabin we're going to. And we're gonna start with my shoes. These are also from Temu. They are genuine leather. They're actually made for men. They're men's size 6.5. So it's like a woman's 8. And that's fine because I like to put padding inside the shoe. I just like to have, and I like to be able to spread my toes out. I kind of have wide feet. So this works for me. I've already taken these on a trip. I took them to Vienna and Budapest, and my husband and I walked for hours and hours and hours, and I was never uncomfortable. They're very, very comfortable. And you can see that they have tread. They're not the most ideal hiking shoes, but this hike is not very intense. It is long. I mean, long for like a day hike. It's like 4 or 5 miles. Okay, I guess that's not super long, and it's not super intense, but these shoes are gonna be okay for it. So I don't need to bring a bunch of pairs of shoes. I can just bring these for hiking, and then later I can wear them at my friend's house, and they look decent, like regular shoes. They don't look obnoxious like normal hiking shoes. All right, in my shoes, I'm gonna be wearing these REI really super thick wool socks that my husband and we both got these socks from REI years ago when we hiked the actual Cotopaxi mountain, and that was a story for another day. But anyways, these are super thick. I've had them for years, and it's REI, it's 100% wool, so they hold up and they do the job. All right, then I'm going to be wearing my merino bra and a pair of merino blend underwear. And then over top that, I will be wearing a little pair of shorts. This is a trick that my hiking buddy taught me, is in the winter, for just comfort's sake, it's nice to wear a pair of little cotton biker shorts under your base layer. Like over top of your underwear and under your base layer, it just gives you that extra protection for your butt, because your butt gets cold. Okay, you gotta think about these things. All right, and then on the top, this t-shirt is a merino blend. I've shown you in my last video for Christmas, my one bag travel for Christmas, I have 2 white merino blend t-shirts. This is the same brand, Gray Prepare. You can buy them on Temu, you can buy them on Amazon, but they're like 30% merino, 70% lyocell. They're super thin. They give you just enough warmth, but they're also sweat wicking. So I'm gonna be wearing that over top my underwear. Now, as a base layer, I splurged and I actually bought a brand name this time. This is, the brand is called Karitraa, Karitraa. It is, the designer for it, she was an Olympic gold medal winner in the ski. I think she was a skier, like from Sweden or Norway or something. Anyways, she's designed a whole women's line of like hiking / camping / outdoor winter wear, and not all of her stuff, but some of her stuff is either merino or merino blend. Some of it's polyester as well. But this base layer I got on Black Friday. I'm really excited about it, and I still have tags on it because these are for Christmas. These are my gift for Christmas, one of my gifts. So I'm going to be bringing these. They are 100% merino, even though you can find other blends on her website. But I got a really good deal on them. What I like about this top and this bottom is that they're not so obnoxious that I couldn't wear them out. I don't know that I really would wear them out, but I could if I wanted to. I can also obviously wear them as a base layer, and I could also wear them as pajamas. They don't pack down as small as my silk base layer I've shown you before, but let me show you how small that it packs down in case you want to copy this idea. Again, the brand is Karitraa. You can go to karitraa.com. That's where I went, but you can also find her stuff on Amazon. And I know Amazon also has wool base layers, but anyways, this is how small this packs down. Now my silk base layers pack down just a little bit smaller, but because these are merino, they don't smell, so you could maybe get away with 1 versus 2 silk base layers, plus the fact that they are versatile enough to wear out, whereas my base layer, silk base layers, I would never wear those out. They're too tight and thin. But anyways, just to give you some idea, even though these are thicker than my silk ones, they're still thin enough and they add that layer of warmth. All right, over top that, I'm going to be wearing my Temu hiking pants that I love. Now, I've shown you 2 different versions of hiking pants from Temu. One version are the ones that can double as dress pants. These are not those, okay? These ones have cargo pockets on the side, which for a trip like this, I like having cargo pockets because then I can keep my phone or other little odds and ends in these pockets. There's also like a wet zipper pocket. I don't know why there's a wet zipper pocket on this side, but there is. And then there's just a regular hand pocket on this side. But what I like about them, well, first of all, what I liked about them is they're only $4 on Temu. So I bought 2 black pairs, 2 navy pairs, and I wear these every week. And they've held up so well. They look brand new, and I've worn them for a few years now. So that's what I'm saying, is like you could spend hundreds of dollars on nice stuff, but you can also find nice stuff for really cheap. You just have to pay attention to what you're doing. But anyways, I like them because they are waterproof and they pack down really small, even though I will be wearing them, but I really like them. I can't say enough good about them. Now, here's what I'll be wearing on top of the top this is a Champion, what do you call this? Like a half zip top that I bought like a million years ago, actually from the thrift store, but the brand is Champion. It has like a zipper, hand warmer, muff pocket kind of right there. And it has little thumb holes. So I just like it for this sort of thing as an outer layer because it's thin, but it's really warm. Is it fleece? Yeah, it's fleece lined. You can't really see that, but you'll just have to believe me, it's fleece lined. All right, now, if it's cold enough, I will also be bringing a winter coat and some other winter things, which I will show you right now. This is my neck gaiter. I think I did a whole video on different ways to use a neck gaiter, but what I'm going to do for this is wear it like a headband over my ears, and then when I get to my destinations, I'm going to be using it as an eye mask. So I don't have to pack an eye mask. Over top that, I will be wearing my cute little green hat that I got in Ireland, and it's really fuzzy on the inside. I've already worn this like a bunch of times, and it works really well, and it's cute. And then I'm going to wear my green down puffer coat that I got from Amazon several years ago. The hood zips off. It's water resistant, so that's another thing I like because originally I had asked for a Mountain Hardwear coat, and I got it, and the Mountain Hardwear coat was so flimsy, it was not water resistant, and it only came down to like this far. And I like this coat because it covers your butt. It packs down just as small because it's filled with down. It has zipper pockets on the sides, and it's held up. Oh, it's also machine washable, whereas the Mountain Hardwear coat is not machine washable. So I really like this coat. I can't say enough good about it. When I got it on Amazon, it was only like $50. And so compared to Mountain Hardwear, it was like $300 or $400. So anyways, I returned the Mountain Hardwear one. And that's, again, just because you're paying a lot of money doesn't mean you're getting really good quality. Sometimes you can get a better item for way less, so you just gotta pay attention. All right, another thing that I really love are these gloves. They are a wool blend. I got them on Temu, and I only paid like, I don't know, $3 or $4 for them. But what I like is that they have these little holes in them for texting. And you can actually not even pull them out. You can still, as long as the skin is touching, you can do some of the functionality on your phone. But this is such a better design than the ones that come with those little pads, because the pads, once you wash the gloves one time, they quit working. So these are never going to quit working. They will always work for texting. So, and they are wool blend. I tested them. I did a burn test, and it smells like burnt hair if you take a little fuzzy off this. So they are at least a wool blend. I've been wearing them for like a few months now for hiking, and they keep my hands decently warm. All right, so now let's look and see how I have packed for this trip in my bag. So first of all, I'm gonna open it completely out and take out the part that I'm not gonna be hiking with. All right, so this is my water bladder, which obviously doesn't have water in it, but I will put water in it before I leave. This is the part that I don't need while I'm hiking, is this packing cube. This is what I'm gonna be wearing once I get to my friend's house. So let me show you how I've packed that out. So in this packing cube, I have 2 sweaters. So I will show you. I have another pair of merino blend underwear, another merino bra, and then I have 2 sweaters. This one's going to be for New Year's Eve because it is still technically Christmas. It's actually technically Christmas until January 6th, by the way, 12 days of Christmas. And in some traditions, it's technically Christmas until February 2nd, little known fact. But I got this sweater from like Rue 21 a million years ago, and I wear it every New Year's Eve because when it's New Year, you can flip this down and it says New Year. So this is my New Year sweater. So I'll wear it this like Christmas one day, and then the next day I'll wear it for New Year. And then I have this, which is, some might call it a Christmas sweater, but really it's just a winter sweater. So, you know, it just got snowflake pattern on it. And so there's that. All right, for the layer underneath, because I'm going to be in a warmer climate, my other video I packed for Ohio. So this is how you can fake a layer. I actually made these from a big white shirt that I didn't want anymore. And so I just wanted the collar to go under a sweater. So I cut this part out and stitched the seams. And then I put elastic right here so that there's an armhole and it'll stay down. So I guess you call this a dickie. It's a dickie if it's a turtleneck. I don't know what you call this, but it's kind of like a dickie. And then this you wear like almost like a skirt, but it hangs below your sweater. So it looks like you're wearing a shirt, even if it's like warmer outside and you can barely even just wear a sweater. This is a nice option to sort of fake wearing a shirt under your sweater. All right, so then we may be spending some time in the hot tub, so I have my bathing suit, and then I also have a pair of jeans for both of those sweaters. So that's what I will be taking out before I go hiking. I will also take out 2 of these pairs of socks because I don't need them. When we get to the cabin, I might switch into these socks if I feel like it, and I've shown you these slippers before that I like to sleep in. So what it's going to look like when I go backpacking is I will fill this water bladder up and stick it in here, and then zip this side up, and there's a hook that I can hook it to the top there, but then I can just, when I zip it up, I'll have my water for the hike. All right, and then I don't have anything in this pocket. I have my toiletries in this pocket. That's there. And then the only other thing that I'm bringing to the cabin is in this top pocket, which is another merino wool t-shirt in case I want to change this base shirt on the hike out, back out, and then a pair of merino blend underwear. So that I just stowed in this top pocket. So that's how I'm packing, and I'm really excited about this trip. So hopefully that gave you some ideas, and I hope you have a great holiday and happy travels.